What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Victory Legacy Spotlight Series. I am your host, owner, and founder, Dwight Vick, and I'm here being joined by one of my favorite players, Old Dominion University's Jason Wades. He's like family to me and Shanice and our whole crew, so I had to get him on, man. Jason, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
Oh, man, I'm good, man. I'm glad we were able to make this work, man. Shout out to your Uncle Aaron, man. One of my best friends, he was able to get. I was texting him late night. I was like, "Yo, let me get Jason on." He was like, "All right, let me check." And then we were to get you on, man. So I'm doing basketball series, man. We're covering high school, and I had Coach Eddie Jackson. He's going to be on, man. Coach of the American for 15, 16 years to talk basketball. He'll be on. So I wanted to get you on, man, to talk about everything ODU and your career so far. And you and your father were on. Shout out to your dad about a year ago. You guys were great. So I wanted to revisit and see how you were doing, man. So how has this basketball season gone so far?
So far, it's good. I think everybody in the college basketball world is at that point where they're trying to figure out the identity of their teams within these first couple games. So I think it's a lot of that going on within the system and just seeing what actually you need to do to make your team the best team possible. So it's a lot of that, just figuring everything out.
Yeah, now we follow each other on social media, man. I try to watch a lot of your games. I remember you came in there, had a great start to your freshman year before the injury set in, man. And I saw a picture of you the other day on Instagram, and you look great. No pause, no camera on, they may be watching, whatever. But you have basically put yourself in a position, man, where I mean, you worked hard this off season. Just talk about that process of getting yourself mentally, physically back, because it's been a long journey, man. What did you do? Like, what kind of things you do this off season to prepare?
Like first things first, shout out to the training program at ODU. I think they did a good job. We had a new guy come in by the name of Tim Saha. Um,
Okay.
he did a great job with keeping me motivated and giving me workouts to push myself to that absolute limit where, you kind of want to quit, but you ready to come back for the next day and get better. So I think he did a good job at in placing a good workout plan. And then also a shout out to Corey Alexander. He had the basketball school this summer.
Yes.
He had us in the hot box, and you gonna break a sweat in that hot box. So I think being in the hot box, and sweating a lot, eating right, I think that played a big part too. So just a mixture of those two things, and then dieting well. That got me really back on track. Eating the right stuff as long as well as working out.
Yeah. Shout out to Corey Alexander. As you know, my son Isaiah, senior at Patriot High School, was down there with you for a few sessions, man. And Corey, man, I was a fan. I've always been a fan. Back, I'm old. I saw when he played, and he
Right,
was a beast at
right.
UVA, excuse me, and he was a beast in the NBA. I've always been a big fan, and he's a great trainer, man. You guys were out there working him. I mean, y'all were putting in work, man. Talk about that,
Absolutely.
man. Like, is there a role for coaching you years from now when you're done playing? I mean, how did that go for you, man? How was that being alongside Corey?
It was great. Corey's a great person to just get under his wing and just learn a bunch of different things. The main thing with Corey is the way he interacts with kids. I think he does a great job of interacting with kids and getting to know each kid personally, individually, and kind of making a workout to fit them while also putting in his own flavor in the workout. He realized every kid is not up to speed as the other kids, so he makes it challenging for the kids' talent. So I think he does a great job and just learning from him. And it was great. And I do have aspirations to get into the coaching world. I think next year I'm gonna start being a GA under Coach Jones here and try to get my foot in the coaching window, coaching world.
I was just putting that out there. So you serious about that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I really enjoyed what Corey had going on, and I was grateful for him to reach out to me and let me help him out. So I really see myself working with kids and helping them improve their game.
Yeah, man. Listen, just so you know, your uncle he coached with me for a few years, and he learned very quickly. I had to talk to him about patience and verbiage because he just letting kids know. I was like, bro, hey, calm down, man. Like, and for you're part of this younger generation. A lot of kids think they nice, so just warning, like you're gonna have to humble some kids because
Right.
everybody think they're the next whatever, and
Right.
it's you're gonna have to do some humbling. But I think you would be great, and I'm glad you're looking into it because we need more people that know the game and that care about kids. I think that's the biggest thing, to care about kids.
Absolutely.
Well, you know that because of your father. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, absolutely. Yes,
he
sir.
did that. Talk about your defense because I can't wait to see because one of the things I know you were like a utility guy. You can guard 1 through 5. You're physical. You can sit down on people and lock in. You also can score. You can be aggressive. I mean, to me, I feel like you're a program that a player that every program wants. Like you're a kind of guy that you could do everything. Even funny story, about a year ago, me and Isaiah came down for those listening, watching my son, who was a junior at the time, and you were getting yourself back into shape, and he was driving to the basket. He ran into you, and it looked like he ran into Thanos. and I and me and Aaron looked at each other, me and Uncle looked at each other, and I was like, bruh. I mean, and now you're even in better shape. You look like the Jason of old, man. Just is defense your best attribute? And with that being said, are there other attributes you have that people are going to see this season?
Absolutely. I would say defense is my probably my best attribute. You know, my dad ingrained that into me early at an early age. He said if you could defend, then you're gonna have a spot out there on the floor no matter what team you're on. So I kind of had that mindset going into every team and every situation that I've been in. Um like you said, I am a versatile defender. I take pride in defense, being able to guard 1 through 5 and try not to let my matchup have his way in the game. So I take pride in guarding the other team's best players. And I think with that, it gets your offense going. When you have a good defensive stand, that can get your offense going, whether it's a fast break dunk or a layup or setting up in transition to set someone else up to score. So I think having that mindset has helped me in a lot of situations and it's got me a spot on a lot of rosters within my playing program,
Mm.
playing career. So I'm glad my dad did that for me at a younger age. And I would coach that into kids when I get the opportunity to start coaching. Defense is where it starts. Everybody can score the ball, but not everybody can play defense.
I agree. I love that, man, because every time I talk to youngers, now they talking about getting buckets and all, and I'm like, yeah, but you got to defend.
Right.
One thing you said when you and your father were on your Victory Life Legacy Spotlight, you talked about the recruiting process. And you talked about ODU, which to this day just stands out to me, how they were at not just one, but several of your early morning high school workouts. And then when you had your injury, I know Coach Stith is gone. He's moved on. But at the same time, you talked about him and Jones, Coach Jones, and the ODU community getting around you and talking to you through your injuries. Um, how has it been this season? And like, how does that relationship remain? Not just with Stith, but Coach Jones and the coaches. I mean, just elaborate a little bit on like what that meant to you and how that helps you maintain your focus.
Right. Loyalty is a big thing of mine, a big characteristic that I like. And Coach Jones has stayed loyal to me. When I got hurt, he could have easily gave my scholarship up, especially the second time, not being there 2 years. So I nothing but love for Coach Jones for that. And that kind of motivated me to really get back in shape and really be able to get back on the court to give him my all to show him how much I appreciate, what he's done for me. He didn't turn his back on me and Monarch Nation as a whole didn't turn their back on me. We had our tip-off dinner last year and it was my first time back with the team. And when I got introduced, the whole audience gave me a standing ovation. And
Oh,
yeah, so that itself gave me goosebumps. I shed a tear on the stage before I gave my
I would
speech, and
have. Shoot.
yeah, so it was very emotional, and it just shows that, um, people they may know your story, may not, but it shows that they really do pay attention to what's going on, and not just scores the buckets and gets on that train, but like actually love you for who you are as a player, as a kid, as a young man. And that was big for me. So seeing those different situations motivated me. And I just remember that. And every time I'm about to go for a workout, how hard the workout is, just remember coach, he held it down for you. So now it's my time to hold it down for him.
No doubt, man. And I want to you mentioned the emotion you felt that night, and people that follow me online or seen my legacy spotlights know you can see small flex behind me. Some of my degrees. I'm a licensed therapist in addition to doing podcasting. But I've been dying to ask you this question. Um, you struggle like a lot of us do when your career was in that gray area. You came from a great program. I saw you play in high school. I saw you play AAU. You played with, Mondo,
Right.
arguably the best center in college basketball, at least top three. Been to a Final Four. You played with Henry, and then right now, as we speak, Henry is killing it.
Killing.
Those are your brothers killing it at Texas A&M. Went to Duke, didn't really work out, but found a home there. That team you guys were on was legendary, and here you are going through your second injury. You're in your dorm slash apartment, and it's gotta suck. I mean, because I went through it. Full disclosure, when my career was drawing near an end, when I got cut from the Ravens and I was back home in Hampton, everybody was like, "Yo, Vick, when you gonna play again, man? Or what's going on? Like, why you not in the league?" So I kind of wanted to avoid people. I didn't even want to go to Walmart or nothing. I was in
Big.
a dark place, and it was hard because you and I are not the type of guys that's going to walk in and be able to just kind of stay low. I mean, you're
Right.
strong, you're tall, you're a basketball player, you're well known around the area and at ODU. Just take us back, even though you move forward, you're in a better place. How bad and rough did it get mentally when you look back on like just not being able to play and seeing your brothers compete and your teammates at ODU?
Right. Mentally, it was, I would say the mental part was harder than the physical part in some aspects, you know. Like you said, we build a little different. Like we take pride in being like the toughest playing player on the court or on the field.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like when you get injured, when you have that mindset and then you get injured, it kind of is like a reality check. Like, I am almost like human. Like I can get hurt, no matter
Mm-hmm.
how tough you think you are, how hard you play. Because I take pride of being the hardest playing player on the court, and to go
Yeah.
down with injury, it kind of like it's like a news flash. It's like, dang, like I really can get hurt, and that was my first real injury to sit me out for games. I take pride in availability and playing every game, so that was big. And then I bounced my way back through the ACL recovery. And then it happened again. I tore my Achilles. And then that's when it really messed me up. I'm like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna have a spot on the team. I don't know if what I'm saying, if I'm gonna get back to being as athletic as I was. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. And then on top of that, it was COVID. So that didn't help anything. You couldn't
Mm.
be around your friends as much. You couldn't be around your family. So just that isolation piece made it 10 times worse. But I'm thankful for going through it. I think it was really my first time having to face adversity, face
Oh.
like true adversity from a sports perspective. And it really humbled me and it opened my eyes and it really made me realize that it can be gone at any moment. No matter how hard you work, no matter how hard you want it, it can be gone just like that. So I'm blessed I went through it. I'm blessed I had the supporting cast that I had behind me. I think my parents, grandparents, my whole family, my friends, they did a good job of supporting me through that, my coaches. So yeah.
No, I mean, it had to be. I mean, that's why I asked that question because, you know, you're a competitor. I've seen you compete. And even if I wasn't tight with your fam, like I know how you get down on the court. And I just know when I went to my dark place, I went through it, but I overcame it. But you're right. It's a testimony to be able to overcome it. But some of our friends and peers and people you and I know don't always do that because you can kind of get stuck in your own sorrow. So I am really excited about it. And speaking of that, man, this season so far, man, how is it going? I know you got a game this weekend.
Yeah.
Like how is the team doing? Like just speak on the team and like how's everything going, man?
I'm excited. We are about to approach our fifth game Sunday. We play Drexel here in Norfolk at Chartway Arena. So that's gonna be a
Hmm.
good matchup. They got a really good big down low and then a bunch of shooters outside and a good point guard. So it's gonna be a good matchup for us. Um, but the season itself, it started a little slow. We're 1-3 right now. We had a couple tough games. We lost to Ball State in the last final minutes. We went to Arkansas, the number, I think they were 14th team in the country at the time. Lost to them in a close game, but we battled. And then we lost to Princeton the other night, who is a very good team. I don't
Yeah.
people understand how good of a team Princeton is. Like they're smart, they
I
shoot.
know.
Yeah, so those were three tough games, and this part of the season is more for the learning than the record. I would say
Yeah.
we
Yep.
have a lot of young guys, and they got to figure their roles out as well as the older dudes too. You know, every season your role changes, so um, I think they were good tests for us to get us going in the right direction. But I think we're about to start cranking it up here, and I'm excited.
Yeah, I love the videos you post, man, because I'm trying to keep up with so many young men like yourself and some female athletes and players. Um, who are some players that the ODU community, or even just a guy that loves basketball? Some of your teammates that are going to surprise some people we should keep a lookout for. Is there a freshman, a transfer? Who are some guys that you're hooping with on that squad that you're gonna be like, yo, Vic, later on you're gonna know about this young?
Yeah, so off rip, we got Chauncey Jenkins, who is our one man, two man, three man matchup. He
Mm,
is a good basketball player. He's
mm,
good. He's good. He can shoot it. He can handle it. He's athletic. He kind of his game reminds me of kind of like a Dwayne Wade almost,
okay.
but better shooter. He's a big guard. He's 6'3". So he's probably our go-to guy. Um,
Hmm.
we got him, and he's from the Newport News area. So people
Oh,
around here, yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we got him. He's a junior, and he's really. I think he's going to be really good when it's all said and done. He's good now, but he's going to be really good when it's all said and done. We got a couple transfers. We got Ty Williams, who's a transfer from Oregon, who's from
Okay.
Philadelphia. Um,
Oregon. Wow.
Oregon, yeah. So
It's crazy.
he's an explosive left hand guard. Another big guard, 6'4", 6'5", very athletic. He's been working on his jump shot a lot, and it's been improving day by day. So I'm excited with his potential as well. And then we got a bunch of young cats who I think once they figure it out, they're gonna be hard to handle. You know, we got
No
Devin
doubt.
Caesar from up your way. Actually, he went to St. Stephen, St. Agnes, or
Okay.
not St. Excuse me. Um,
St. John's.
no, they're red.
Okay. Yeah, they are. That's why,
Who
It's all right,
who
man. We ain't getting quizzed on it, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Well, he's a good player, so he's a good player, quick as lightning, can shoot it. Then we got Danny Pounds, who's a 6'9", big from Atlanta, who I think has probably the highest potential on the team. He's young,
Mm,
he's athletic, he can shoot. Um, he's got a lot of things he needs to work on, and I tell him that every day, every time. You know, he's my roommate on the road, so I just try to stay in his ear on little things that
that's good. That's good.
he can work on and try to groom him. Um, but I think he has the highest ceiling potential. So I'm excited to get the season going and see where we play out.
Yeah. Last question for you, Jay. A lot of times I've heard, even with myself, but I haven't played in decades, but you talk about guys and female athletes who go through injuries, and they say, when I was going through it, this improved. I was able to work on my left or my mental. I improved watching film. I was able to get stronger. For you, what attribute improved? Even though it sounds crazy because you were out of commission, you were injured, but at the same time, I know how you work, your work ethic mentally and physically. It's a two-parter. What improved, if anything, did? And when people watch ODU and watch Jason Wade, what should they expect to see?
I would say my mental improved the most, just to ability to be able to slow the game down from a mental
Mhm.
perspective, kind of knowing what's going to happen before it happens. Um, and then my film watching, I think those are go hand in hand, you know, watching film on other teams and picking up their tendencies to be able to guard them. I'm still a step slower than I was before I got injured. So that is what I'm using to make up for that lack of speed and quickness.
No doubt.
And then
Yeah.
I would say my strength, my upper body strength has improved a lot. You know, being on those crutches would do it alone. You know how it is.
Yeah.
You looking like Popeye. But my upper body strength has improved. And the second question, if people come to a game, they can expect me to try to do my best to get my teammates involved. I'm not really that scoring option like I was my sophomore year, but where I have found a way to impact the game is penetrating and kicking to shooters or coming off a ball screen and making the right read. So
Yeah.
I think that's my main thing, kind of like a Draymond Green type player, but a
Hmm.
little bit of a better ball handler. Not as athletic as Draymond, of course, and not as tall, but the ability to be able to guard bigger defenders.
You don't
And
be choking people either, do you? I mean,
nah, no, 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 no.
Draymond Wallet. But yeah, I feel you. He is a versatile player. He's a winner.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So
Yeah. Well, no, Jason, man, this has been a lot of fun, man. I know you got a lot going on, but I appreciate you for jumping on, man. I'm praying for a healthy, successful season. The goal is for me and the family to get down there to check you out, but at the same time, the beauty of social media and streaming is I can catch you up here in Nova.
right.
Good luck the remainder of this season. Keep balling, keep working hard, and we thank you for jumping on. And to everybody watching and listening, continue to support Vicktory Life. You can subscribe to our channel, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. And like I say every episode, no matter what you do, no matter where you go, make sure you have a positive impact. You live a great legacy, man. Good luck, Jason. We appreciate everybody. Thank you.
Man, thank you for having me. Happy holidays to everybody.
Yes, sir. Thank you.